And for more insight, we're bringing in the former acting Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Chad Wolfe. Chad, it's good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
And U.S. officials are calling for the total elimination of cartels, threatening military action if necessary. Do you see this happening, and what is the likelihood of a war on the southern border with the cartels?
Well, look, I think this is the right step. I think we've admired the problem being the cartels for far too long, for decades. I think President Trump and his team are focused on this. I hope it doesn't get to that. I hope that the government of Mexico will partner with the United States to go after these cartels, because not only just like they terrorize U.S. citizens and U.S. communities, they do the same in Mexico. So if we have a strong partner there, I think that we can do this. If we don't, and Mexico resists, I think we could see something that we haven't seen before.
And Hegseth has said everything is on the table, including direct strikes within Mexico. Would you be in support of that in order to curtail and take out the cartels, even if the Mexican government does not want this?
Look, I think you got to start talking about it. We should start looking at offensive cyber operations. Everything should be on the table. I do agree on that. I think we need to get Mexico to come to the table, to do more, to invite us in so that we become partners in trying to address the cartel issue. But look, at the end of the day, if we're not going to have that partnership, we've got to do what's best for the American people and what's best for American security and national security. And right now, the cartels should be public enemy number one. So if we have to take unilateral action, I hope it doesn't come to that. But if it does, we have to protect American communities first.
You know, ICE is averaging around 1,000 arrests every single day. We are hearing concerns that these operations are focusing too much on quantity. Let's take a listen together.
Quite frankly, over the last 3 weeks, violent criminal arrests have went down, volume has went up, and actually you don't see sort of a strategic plan. That's what I challenged Mr. Homan and this administration to sort of lay out for the American people. How do all these pieces fit together? How are you actually not just showing sort of the blustery image on TikTok or Instagram of like sort of ICE arrests that go on every day, and sort of this up and down NASDAQ, stock exchange reporting of where the arrests are, but actually show in real numbers how you're keeping American people safe.
Okay. Yeah. What do you make of this? What is the data telling you?
So I actually disagree with that comment. I think part of what they are doing here is they're trying to send a strong signal to folks to deter them from making this very dangerous journey and have more and more individuals coming to the border. They'll continue to focus on violent criminals, but again, what they have said is that no one is exempt from the law. So if you're here in the country illegally, if you don't have a legal right to stay, and they do come across you, then they will deport you, which I think is what we're seeing here. I think it's also important to remember we're really only into week 3 or week 4 of the administration. So I think we've got to see where this goes. I think over the course of the next several months, we'll get a pretty good sense on whether they continue to prioritize and target violent criminals, or whether they're opening the aperture up far wider, far sooner than they have kind of messaged to folks.
Okay, Chad Wolfe, appreciate the context and time. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.